Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good night. A fellow walked into the barber's. He said, "How much for a haircut?" The barber says, $70. He said, "My God." "How much for a shave?" He said, $3. He said, "Shave my head." I'll try this side. There's a fella up in front of the judge for shoplifting. The judge says, "What did you take?" He said, "A can of tomatoes." He said, "How many tomatoes in a can?" The guy said, 5. The judge says, "Right, 5 years." The guy said, "I'm glad I put that can of beans back." I'll try the middle. There's a little Jewish kid and a little Catholic kid, and they was arguing. And the Catholic kid said to the Jewish kid, "Our father knows more than your rabbi." And the Jewish kid said, "I should think so. You tell him everything." Wonderful being here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in this deserted warehouse. There's more people than O.J. Simpson's Bronco, wasn't there? I come from a little place called Nottingham in England. From a very, very large family, 27 children.
Oh.
In fact, we never had a babysitter. We used to get a shepherd in to watch us. Couldn't afford shoes. We were very poor. They used to paint our feet black and lace our toes up. The fella picked the phone up. He said, "Who am I speaking to?" She said, "The housekeeper." He said, "Tell the wife I need her on the phone." She said, "But she's upstairs in the bedroom." He said, "Okay, just tell her it's me. It wasn't me." She said that she's up there with another guy. He said, "I thought as much." He said, "Listen, go down to my gun cabinet, get a gun, go up the stairs and shoot the 2 of them. If you don't, I'll shoot you when we get home. I'll call you back in 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, he said, "Well?" She said, "Well, I went to the gun cabinet, got the gun, went up the stairs, shot the 2 of them. They fell straight over the balcony into the swimming pool." He said, "Swimming pool? What number is this I'm speaking to?" But I've got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I come from a little place called Nottingham in Great Britain, but I live in the greatest country in the world now, the United States of America, isn't it? In a little place called Orlando. But they're not quite so friendly in Orlando with these people here tonight. I stopped this fella the other week. I said, "Excuse me, Jack, which way to the turnpike?" He said, "How the hell did you know my name was Jack?" I said, "Well, I guessed." He said, "Well, guess where the turnpike is?" But not only is it the greatest country in the world, but it's also the richest. Have you noticed Great Britain now? We're flat broke. The Queen goes to Germany, they pick her up in a Mercedes and they drive her away. She comes to the United States, we pick her up in a stretch limousine. What happens when our Bill, Mr. Clinton, goes to London? They pick him up in a horse and buggy. They picked him up in the horse and buggy and they're driving towards Buckingham Palace. And all of a sudden, one of the horses got a terrible attack of flatulence. Flatulence, madam. You know. And it did. And the Queen went, "Oh my God." Now you think she's waving, don't you? She said, "I'm sorry about that, Mr. Clinton." He said, "It's all right, Liz. I thought it was a horse."